Oh, just this one.
or these like.
Bye.
All right, everybody, welcome to I Want Entertainment Gamers Paradise Season 2. We are in level 1. Gamer this season,
Oh,
Phyllis.
just this one.
Or these like
Oh Bye.
it's in the background playing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, so we are in the confession with Phyllis. We are pretty much like 3/4 of the way through level 1. Phyllis, I'm gonna start off by like just saying confess, and you just word vomit, get what you need off your chest. And then if I have any probing questions, I just posted in
Hold
the
on.
viewers.
Okay. Sorry.
That's the queen right there.
Hmm.
So I just posted in the VL. We'll see if a viewer has any questions while that we can ask you whilst we're doing this here thing. So just confess, what is on your mind? How are you doing? How's paradise?
Yeah, well, it's not. No, stop. Um, okay, well, there's absolutely no one to blame but myself. This is my first like org, and yeah, it's never been this like this vibe, so this is new to me. I made a flurry of mistakes. And again, no one to blame but myself. Like basically see what had happened was whenever we joined and there was like night 1 and like we had this like huge call and it was so fun. I had a great time. It took me a second to open up a little, which isn't super normal for me, but I guess I was just intimidated being kind of newer to this community and to orgs in general. And it took me a second to open up, but once I finally did, I mean, I was having a great time. Like I was having so much fun. And then I went to sleep, which I never go to sleep early. And I went to sleep early, slept through the night finally. And I woke up at like 5:30 a.m. and I looked at my Discord and there was people on call. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. So I got on the call. It's 5:30 in the morning. It was like me, Hannah, Benny, Haley, and then like probably one or two other people. And that just got on and off at certain times. But for the most part, it was us. And we were just talking. I mean, we talked about Degrassi. We like, it was nothing deep. No gameplay really was talked about. We talked about who we liked. I was like, oh my God, I love Brandon. And someone was like, I like Papa. And someone was like, I like Romeo. And so I was like, okay, yeah, they're all pretty cool. And so like a little time passed and I decided to make some group chats. And basically, there's a reason. Okay, basically, I was sitting there like, well, in like these little like high school disc like Instagram orgs that I used to play, people were making group chats night 1. So I was like, either I'm not in any or this is like normal. And I wouldn't know if it's normal because I don't play these. So, anyways, um, yeah, I made some, and the first group chat is just people that were on that late night call. I mean, plain and simple. If you weren't there, I didn't add you. The second chat was people that just messaged me the most night 1. Like not even like deep conversations. They could have been shallow. I don't remember. Just people that messaged me the most. Because there were people that were like unactive, and I just like didn't think about them because they were inactive. So yeah, I wasn't trying to leave anyone out, and I'm not shady, and I understand that I'm getting voted out of this game because why wouldn't I? I wouldn't keep me either. Like, I don't blame Sean for nominating me at all. It does suck that this is retro level, so I can't save myself. I doubt there's going to be a power in my favor. There never is. Welcome to my life. Um, and yeah, so that's pretty awful. But Autumn's a wonderful person. I've spoken to her a little. She's so sweet, literally such a peach, and she absolutely deserves to stay. So I'm glad she's gonna get to. And I'm just glad that the people that I did make bonds with in this game can be honest with me. They're like, honestly, like I'm gonna vote you out, and like it's discouraging, of course, but like I appreciate the honesty. So that's kind of where I'm at. Again, it's my fault. But the point is, as like outside of this game, as far as that goes, like I just don't want people to think that I'm like shady or that I like leave anyone out or that I like I'm this like cutthroat, like snaky player, because like that's not me. Um, and yeah, like that's really all I wanted to do. I mean, even after Sean nominated me, I'm on the block for good. Like, there's no saving me now. Everyone said they're going to vote me out. I still chose to have a one on one call with Sean and just kind of explain myself just because I don't want to leave this game with Sean or really anyone else thinking that I intentionally left them out or like I wanted to like, come for them or something because I wasn't. We did not talk any gameplay in those chats. And after I made them, something happened IRL for me. And it hit kind of close to home. It was really personal for me having to do with this game I've been working on for a long time. And I got super depressed and I went completely MIA for like 24 hours. And so all this drama happened. I had no idea until I finally opened my Discord again. And yeah, it looked even worse because people thought I was intentionally not responding to their messages and leaving them out of group chats. And so it got really bad, really, really bad. Yeah, but it's fine. I had fun while I was here. I can think of so many things I could do next differently in my second ever Discord org. So I just hope that the community doesn't hate me yet. I didn't mean to
Girl,
offend
nobody hates.
anyone.
No, I promise you, nobody hates you. Like, this isn't like scorn me in a competitive game and you're like the super anti-villain at all. Obviously, in the competitive vibe, people are like, question mark, why am I not in it? Obviously, right? I'm pretty sure you got the gist and vibe of it. But in terms of like what you're worried about and people feeling like you're some excluder and blah blah blah, like that's not the vibe I get. And I would tell you, like, girl, go apologize. But you've done nothing except for play the game the only way you knew how, right? So I wouldn't fret. We do have a couple of viewers' questions that I'm going to start with, Phyllis, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you kind of like explained this in your whole like opener, but I guess maybe if you want to just recap it quickly, or maybe if there's like one sentence or a couple, like a paraphrase. Okay, so this is from a viewer called Rachel Roth.
Hi, Rachel.
She says, girl, what the hell are you doing? Respectfully.
Girl, I don't know. If it wasn't clear, I don't know. I joined this game for my bestie Sandy, actually. I just wanted to help support his org. I know that this is like that his entertainment production company was important to him, and I just wanted to like, help out because he asked. And so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I'm not in this community. I've never done like a big Discord org or anything like that. So this is very like fish out of water type shit. And yeah, I like that's why like I mean, I talked to Sean. I had a one-on-one call with him just now, and he's like, yeah, rookie mistake, never make group chats night one. It solidifies an alliance. And I was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, and you have to get consent from the people that you're gonna add into the chat, or they're gonna have a target on their back unwillingly. And I was like, oh, yeah. So lots of learning, a big learning experience for me. I can assure you it won't happen again. If I ever play a Discord org again, like I know now to be myself and not be too much of myself, like not be so naive. I really just made these chats and I was like, let's kiki, let's vibe, kiki. Like we mesh well together. Like I said, there was no gameplay talked in these chats whatsoever. We barely got around to naming them. We did not even name them for sure. So yeah.
Naming it, I feel like makes it real, like makes it, hey, this is an alliance. We have another question from a viewer, Julian. He says, so Phyllis, what is your plan of action for surviving the debugging tomorrow?
Yeah. There's really nothing I can do. And that's so sad for me to say because despite like trying to be as genuine as I am still kind of competitive. Like, I mean, at least if I think I can be. And unfortunately, I just don't think there's any way. Like, I'm a people person. I love making friends and I love talking to people, which is why I made the group chats. and and I've talked to everybody, even though it was kind of hard because with like anxiety, when something like this happens, you just want to like shut down, crawl under a rock, never come out of it ever again. Like, and that's exactly how I felt all day. Because I knew I was going up no matter what I did. Stop, Sandy. No matter what I did. It's fine though. Like again, it's completely my fault. Like I'm not trying to like be the victim. Like
Mhm.
I did this to myself. Completely on me. Um, but to answer your question, Julian, all I can do is continue talking to people. Like, for example, once again, I talked to Sean after he nominated me, knowing that there's no way to like fight for my safety or anything, knowing that every other person that I've campaigned with and talked to has blatantly said that they're going to vote me out and keep Autumn. Completely understand. Autumn is wonderful and I messed up and that's on me. And there's really nothing I can do about that without being disingenuous. And I would never want to do that. And yeah, I mean, if there was anything I could do realistically that would like genuinely change people's minds, I'd do it. But honestly, there's just not. I mean, I talked to people and that was my plan of action. Like, just be myself, continue to be me, continue to be real, just like I've been this whole time. And if people want to accept that, great. And if not, well, I'll still be friends with people outside of this game because I've met some awesome people.
And I think I know the answer to this question, but we'll wrap it up with this last one from Megan. She asks if you had to rate your position in the game as of now out of 10, 10 being a great position, what would you give it and why?
Okay. So I'd give it a 5 because this is my first org and I didn't expect to go very far. And I know the 5 is probably really confusing. I'm sure Sandy has question marks over his head right now.
Well, I know anything can happen.
I'm
I think 5's good.
I'm 100. No, there is no doubt in my mind. Like mathematically speaking, 100% going home. Like no, there is no 99, like 0.9, like 100% going home. Even my closest friends in this game have been like, I'm voting you out. So like I'm going home. I already swallowed that pill today. Okay. So I get it. However, I'm just trying to look at the bright side, you know? I mean, people know who I am. I made a big splash night one. I mean, I fit in really well on the call. I like loved my like gamer profile picture thing on the card. I loved like my little roller skating, throwing the cards, and then my mom and I had to pick them up in the middle of the street.
Memories. You build memories here already.
Yeah. And I met some awesome people. They followed me on Instagram. I followed them. It was good. It was a good time. And yeah, like I mean, no grudges, no hard feelings. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm sorry if this isn't like the answer people wanted, but yeah, I mean, it's very bittersweet because I did enjoy the time I had here and it was such a well-run game. Shout out Sandy and Drew and Gwen and production and yeah, Rocky and yeah. And yeah, so I had a great time while I was here. Unfortunately, as far as my position goes, it's not great, but I still think that it's a 5. I mean, at least the spotlight's on me.
Well, I don't know why it's feeling more like an exit interview. But Phyllis, I want to say first of all, before we get this confessional over, obviously you threw it in there that you played because I asked you. So obviously, y'all, Phyllis is a queen. She's a really good friend of mine. Love her, mean it. She's also a creator. So as creators, we support each other. Thank you for playing, Phyllis. The game isn't over. I know it feels like it is, and you've already swallowed the pill. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If you're meant to stay, you're meant to stay, meant to go, meant to go. But it was awesome. I just want to point out it was awesome seeing you on that night one call. like there in it. And then I'd like look at my Discord and Phyllis was on this call playing an org with all these people. I'm like, the bitch is doing it. She's doing it.
I think
But
I
yeah.
did it too hard.
But yeah, thank you so much. And you're good for your confessional. And I really hope